Getting ready to go green with 55 miles to go in the Indianapolis 500-mile race. 24 cars on the lead lap, and the intensity is picking up. This restart could be just wild as the drivers scream into turn one, all jockeying for position to be in position for the finish.
But they can't give up anything right now. You cannot give up one corner. You can't give up anything. You have to go as if it's the last lap. This is going to be a wild end of the 500.
Ryan Hunter-Reay from Florida, Ed Carpenter from Indiana, Townsend Bell from California. 1, 2, and 3 coming back up to speed. Hinchcliffe at contact with Carpenter.
All behind you here. Yellow's out.
You could tell 3 wide going into 1 was not going to work.
3 wide around here in an Indy car does not work ever.
I'm sorry. Nah, I saw it. It was busy down there.
I suspect they'll have words with each other.
It's 3 wide. Look like.
Yeah.
3 wide. Townsend Bell. Speed dead in the field.
And Hinchcliffe just came from that concussion he had in the inaugural Grand Prix. I don't think anybody's really to blame in that. You have to go for these restarts, and we could see that every time we restart from here to the end of the race.
Well, Ed Carpenter, James Hinchcliffe, and to their outside, Helio Castroneves. Check that, Townsend Bell, and into turn one it went wrong.
And amazingly, Townsend Bell made it through.
This is when the spotters will be telling him somebody's high, somebody's
outside, outside, inside, out. Hang on, bud, hang on.
See, now with Ed's spotter, we told him that he was on the outside. Last minute, Hinchcliffe came on the inside. But as a driver, you also feel what's going on. Now we ride along with Helio Castroneves. You can see all the cars fan out. And to the surprise, there goes Hinchcliffe.
Clear.
A little bit bold.
Go high.
And Helio makes the right decision to go to the bottom. But the one who really put the pressure on the 2 inside cars was Townsend Bell, that had just a half a foot advantage to press them down on the lower part of the track, and then they touched.
And on the onboard look we had from Castroneves' car, I believe it was, we actually saw Townsend Bell and Carpenter make the slightest bit of contact before Carpenter and Hinchcliffe bounced off each other.
And that forced Carpenter down just enough to connect with Hinchcliffe. And in one fell swoop, Townsend Bell, how do you say this? Removed 2 competitors that were behind him. It was a great move. Both of them right now are just seething when they're spinning. Look at this little bump, and I'm going to go around the outside.
And that little bump that you feel makes you go towards the inside a bit more, plus a spotter telling him that he's got somebody in the high side, drives into the low side to make that contact with James Hinchcliffe. Jamie, you have more?
Well, Eddie, your assessment was very nice, shall we say, compared to Ed Carpenter's radio. Ed said, who was that? His team said it was Townsend Bell, and they had some words about it. Very frustrated. Obviously, the 2 drivers involved, Hinchcliffe and Ed Carpenter, having words. Very frustrated. Both felt like they had cars to win this race today, and now their days are done with 23 laps to go.
But you really can't blame Townsend Bell for trying that move.
Well, the Californian finds himself up to second right now.
Did he lose it down low? Nah, they dove in underneath, made it 3 wide, didn't in, and you had position on them. Oh, that was 3 wide.
Yep, that was 3 wide. It's a good move.
No caution flags through 149 laps today. And now a little rash of yellow fever has broken out. The intensity picking up as we get closer to the 500-mile mark at Indianapolis. We're back to the Brickyard after this from your ABC station.